Hey man, how you doing?
Good,
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good.
Hey Rock, how are you, fella?
I'm alright.
Good to see you. Listen, man. Just the other day, I was reading this article about depression in men, and it was really a very curious article to me because it talked about how so many African American men, in particular, are depressed and they don't know it. But then it also talked about the stigma that's associated with like going to counseling and see a therapist and so forth and so on. And one of the things that's clear to me is that if we don't get brothers help, they're going to either explode or implode. But it's going to be a serious thing. And the interesting thing is, when brothers blow up, it's over stuff that's ridiculous. It's something small. You know, you got all this stuff that's building up, right? And then, you know, your wife or your girlfriend or somebody, they ask you something, and then you just blow up, maybe burn the toast or whatever, and you just blow up. And it has nothing to do with that event, but it's the stuff that's been building up. You've heard the term that pressure will bust a pipe.
Yes.
Well, we're like a balloon. We can only take so much in us, and then we've got a point of no return, and we're going to explode. So I wanted just to, you know, kick it with you brothers a little bit and just ask you a little bit about depression. Do you know brothers with depression? Have you experienced it yourself? And what's going on with you as it relates to depression? I'll start with you, Phil. What do you think?
Definitely. Well, I think I feel depression whenever things don't go my way.
Okay.
As far as I'm trying to accomplish a goal.
Okay.
And it seems like I can't. No matter how hard I try.
Right.
I can't do it, or I can't make it. And so depression will try to set in.
Okay.
You know?
So would you say that that's are you actually depressed or discouraged? Because I want to clarify, depression, based on what the article was saying, is something that happens over a period of time, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, and it inhibits you from doing life-sustaining regular activities. In other words, you either overeat or you don't eat. You either can sleep or you can't sleep, or you sleep too much. Okay. You don't have, you're lethargic, you don't have the energy, your mood is depressed, you're just not yourself, you gravitate toward things, you have suicidal thoughts, things like that. And so I want to distinguish like periods of discouragement from actual, like what they call maybe clinical depression, that has a number of symptoms over a period of time. So would you say that you have ever been depressed in that way?
No, I can't say that I have been depressed in that way. I was kind of confused because I tend to think discouragement and depression is the same thing.
Okay. Well, if you have enough discouragement, you will be depressed, right? Certainly. How about you, Rock? Let me ask you this: if you were depressed, as I just described, would you go see a counselor, a therapist? Would you come to me?
Me personally, I would try to find it myself, you know, see if I can find a door or a path my own way, you know, and if it's too hard, you know, and I find myself even more in depressed or whatever I think I'm going in, me personally, I would probably go to my brother-in-law, you know.
So you go to Philly, you wouldn't come to me.
All right. You know, someone I'm closer
Sure,
to
I
you know.
understand.
You know, I'm close to you, but a little bit closer, you know, that's like a hard subject.
Because he's going to ask me about it anyway.
Yeah.
He'll say, like, Rock got this problem. Can I help, you know, how can I help the brother out? You know, go ahead.
But, I would try to address that myself. If not, then, you know, I try to seek the next available person I think that I will be open with or willing to talk to about that, you know.
So let me ask you this, though, and that's good, because one of the things that we don't do is we don't talk about it as men.
Yeah, exactly.
We kind of bottle it up, you know what I mean? And that's the key. If we've got the adequate outlets so that we can talk to people, we get it off of ourselves. And we really don't understand the value of opening our mouths. And as men, we just don't do it enough. So you would talk to him, talk to someone who's close to you. Now let me ask you this. Would you, if you could afford it, or if it was free, would you go see a professional counselor? I see you no hesitancy there. But that underscores the reality that we've got in the hood, in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
There's a stigma with going to see therapists and counselors, because what that says is there's something wrong with me. You know, and it is something wrong with us. Okay, and we need help. And the first step to getting help is realizing that there is something wrong. And we do it with our cars. With our cars, we get oil changes, we get tune-ups, we get, we take it to the car wash, whatever we do that because we know it needs maintenance. And we've got ebbs and flows in our mental health and our emotional status, and we've got to get the help that we need. And one of the things that church does for us, it gives us an opportunity to hear testimonies, to be encouraged by testimonies, to feel the power of prayer, to have praise, to have worship, so that in a sense we get our attention off of us and we put it on God. So I just want to encourage you, brothers, if you know some brothers who are having, challenges, tell them to talk. Tell them to begin talking. And if they're really bad, fit any of the parameters for clinical depression, tell them to seek some professional help. But thanks a lot for your time, man, and it was good seeing you again. All right, Rock, take it easy.